Thanks for joining us today on a very special episode of Style Watch. Today we're joined by Robbie and Jordan, the creators of BDF Fashion Line. Guys, welcome to the show today.
Thank you.
So can you tell us about how you guys both met at Brock and like how this experience grew with the brand?
We actually met in our high school at Christ the King. We just always kind of wanted to create a clothing line, but never really had the funds. And so yeah, we've put a lot of money into this, a lot of missing out on weekends to create what you like.
I can imagine a lot of work being put into it. So what was the inspiration behind creating it? Like what gave you the initial thoughts of the designs?
Basically, it's just we started going to different stores and seeing like high-priced items, and we're just like, all right, what makes this item so much more expensive than this other item? So we kind of just broke it down and realized like, well, we can make the same thing for a lot cheaper, and at the same time, while doing that, we can also be giving like the same stuff to the people as well.
That's good. You're making it more affordable to be more fashionable, right? And so when you created BDF, what were some of the struggles you had coming up? Because I imagine you're buying so many different, types of materials and...
Well, basically it's like, where do you start? Because you can make a t-shirt, you can make a sweater, you can make shorts. It's kind of like, you got to learn your fabrics. You kind of have to really test how different fabrics feel in the sewing machine, kind of. And once you get the feel of it, just trial and error, and then eventually you hit what you want, and then you sell what you want.
What's your favorite fabric to use when you're making designs?
My favorite fabric is quilt for sure. It's polyester, like this is what I'm wearing right now. Just always nice form fitting. Easiest to sew, like best on the machine, just flows nice, and it looks good in the end too.
I find it's a really popular one that's coming up right now.
It's always sold out. We always try to buy as many meters as we can. It's sold out everywhere, so gotta hop on top of that.
You guys actually do your designs in your home. Like, can you tell us about what the setup is like with that?
So we move the setup once in a while. Like bring it back to Georgetown, but right now it's just on a table. We just have stuff everywhere, and it's a little bit of a mess.
But somehow you guys still make masterpieces out of it.
Yeah, masterpieces.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And so, what's your involvement been so far with Brock in terms of your fashion line?
We actually did the Panorama fashion show. A few pieces that we're going to show later we had there. We did another fashion show here at Isaac's, and just been with the Brock community, just trying to promote and get everyone to like her stuff.
Okay, that's pretty dope. We're actually going to be showing a couple of your pieces today, so you want to start off with the first line for the ladies?
So our first piece, we have Carly wearing a two-piece chain skirt, and the top is a nylon fabric with the chains as well. This outfit basically is one of our first outfits that we started with. We kind of noticed the chain fabric and we're just kind of thinking like, oh, this is pretty neat, and it happened to be summertime at the time, so it was a nice way to kind of bring like a summer feeling out.
It's something that you don't see too often around Brock, so that could be something big.
We didn't initially plan on doing it to start. It was kind of Kadisha, who was running Brock Fashion at Brock University. She kind of told us, well, it'd be cool if you could get like a mix of guy and girl outfits. And at the time we were like, okay, so now we got to make girls clothing. So how's this going to go? So we kind of just hit YouTube. We kind of looked up some basic stuff to start off, and then that's kind of where the skirts came about, and now we're working on dresses and other things as well. So.
Cool, actually. So YouTube taught you a lot of what you were learning, and then you took it and just kind of grew from there. All right, so let's take a look at the next line for ladies.
Okay, so our next piece is a quilted top with bandana pants and a little bit of quilt accent to it. And yeah, this one, again, we love the quilt, so try to incorporate that in as many pieces.
I think it's pretty cool. It's you got the bandana print, the mix and match in there. So that's a lot of the concept you guys have been following, right?
You see a lot of the bandana pants out there. You gotta, if you're gonna kind of go with something that's similar, you gotta change it out, add the accents like that on the calves. Yeah.
Exactly. No, it looks great. I love it. So thanks for showing us this one.
So another girl piece we have is Angela wearing a quilted shirt with a matching similar quilted skirt with it. It's an all-navy design with white accents all over. This is another just classic outfit that we started off early on. It's just a nice simple two-piece outfit, a simple cut for the skirt and just some simple cuts for the top. and it makes it look easy and fashionable at the same time.
I really like these colors. I think they work well for it just because in the summer you want to wear light colors, but sometimes you don't want to get submerged too much to just the white. So this is like a good balance between like a summer blue, but then you could wear this in the fall as well too, right?
Yeah, it works out perfect.
I like this a lot. This is great. And something like this, do you find that you like the looser fit by the top, or do you want it to usually be like tighter?
Like we make it a bit looser for the crops, but like if you want it tighter, we do custom fits.
Which is perfect, right?
Yeah.
You're a bit flexible with the designs and stuff.
All right, so our next outfit is basically a kind of Tommy Hilfiger kind of inspired design. We're going with the navy red and white combo. On the bottom of the shirt, we kind of added a bit of the mesh. It's a little hard to tell, but you might be able to tell from your angle, Benji. But it's kind of just to switch it up. We normally use just straight Italian jersey knit for all of it, but we decided just to throw in the mesh this time for it.
Pretty cool, I like it. It adds a little bit of edge to it by switching up to the mesh at the bottom. And it's almost like it's patriotic in a way, you know, it's like American, but yeah, it looks great. Yeah. And so Jordan, if you'd like to join us back on the stage, and the girls as well too. Yeah, so it was great having you guys here today. I really like the variety of designs you got going, especially for summer line. Do you have any plans for your winter line as well too?
Well, yeah, this summer we've been planning for our fall winter line release, which is basically going to showcase how good at sewing we've gotten basically in about 7 months. So Brock Panorama was our first chance to really showcase what we could make in a month and a half of learning how to sew. So now it's basically, we know how to sew, it's just what can we do now to make it the next level.
Yeah.
And so have you thought about expanding beyond just selling the clothes independently, maybe looking towards like a partnership with the bookstore or any other vendors around St. Catharines?
Well, yeah, we've talked with Kate last time when we had our Panorama kind of pre-show in Isaacs, and she was talking about how it'd be interesting to have different students showcasing different works of art basically, and getting a chance for other students to get the opportunity to chase their entrepreneurship essentially at a young age.
It's fair. It gives everybody a chance to go out there, show what they've got. And like, what do you think about it, Jordan?
I really like it because, yeah, like you're saying, it kind of inspires youth or like us, university students, to like actually they have something to look forward to. You know, they're not just making it for themselves. Like, okay, now step up. Other people are going to see it. It's a way of getting your name and clothing out there.
Great exposure too. So like more students are going to find out about what you guys are doing. And so do you guys have any advice for any people looking to start up their own clothing line that might have been having some trouble to start?
Like just keep the dream alive, the drive strong, because like when we first started, we're like, where do we start? And that was a big road bump right there. And then just keep going hard, and then eventually you'll get to where you are.
And there's even times where like we'll just feel unmotivated. Like I know when the fashion show ended, it was just like, oh, so we just stopped grinding and stopped making clothes
now?
now?
Fall off period where you got to build yourself back up.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, yeah, where do we go from now? Because we still want to make clothes, but we need people to want the clothes. And we also had plans to potentially get into the vendor fair this year, so it'll be interesting.
To show off some stuff you guys got going. Yeah. And so I'd like to thank you guys for coming to the show today. Do you have any social media pages, any websites coming along where maybe people can follow the work you guys are doing?
Yep, on Instagram you can follow BDopeForever, and we also have a website currently in the works, and eventually we'll have all our products up there and our whole fall winter line as well.
It's exciting. I'm glad you guys got a chance for that, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of your work throughout the school year.
Perfect, thanks for having us.
No problem. And thank you for watching Style Watch today. Please stay tuned for our next episode.